honoring an athlete whose journey led him from Williston High to the major leagues. Today, a baseball field at Robert Strange Park in Wilmington was named in honor of Sam Bowens. He was a standout three-sport athlete at Williston, earning all-state honors in 1956. The Baltimore Orioles signed Bowens in 1960, launching his minor league career. He made his major league debut in 1963 and retired in 1969. Bowens' family members say they're happy to see him getting recognized, something they say didn't happen often during his lifetime.
When I was coming up and my brother was coming up, everybody played baseball, so everybody took his talent for granted. So this is something new because the times have changed and everything is very important now.
Bowens died in 2003. He was inducted into the Greater Wilmington Sports Hall of Fame in 2018.